very rare. Like we used to see in the marriages only. But but I thought like building the scratch from the building drone from the scratch. When I decided to make the drone, I was not into the domain of the drone technology. I was in electrical engineering, and I went to some of the professors asking them to help me in building the drones and all. But things not worked as the way I thought. Then I thought of decided to make the drone from myself, and we started building the drone. And the first drone is the biggest disaster. It went and it crashed into the lake. Then I thought like my career is over, and I was like, very sad. But I decided not to give up, and I decided to do it in a big way. Then after struggling for 2 years from 2015 to 2017, I was very happy and proud to say that it's first time in the country a 10-liter capacity agriculture drone has flown up into the air. Till that, no one has believed that a 10-liter agriculture drone has flown up into the air. And when we made this 10-liter agriculture drone to fly, I have seen a proud smile on my father's face. That time he used to started believing me like I can do something better to the nation. Then we started our company called Popul Drone Tech Private Limited. The world has been impacted by three apples. The first apple is Adam and Eve apple. The second apple is Newton's apple, and the third apple is Steve Jobs apple. These three apples has been impacted the world, and we want to become the fourth apple. That's why we named our company as Popul Drone Tech Private Limited. And we have launched our drones Agri Drone 1.1 and Agri Drone 2.0. Agri Drone 1.0 can spray for 20 acres per one day, and Agri Drone 2.0 can spray for 40 acres in one day, and it can carry a capacity of 20 liters. So these two drones has changed the country's agriculture in a big way. Then when we made the agriculture drones in the way back in 2017 and 2018, I have seen the biggest challenge for is not to make a more sophisticated drone, but our biggest challenge is to educate the farmer. As you all know, like many of the farmers are from rural background and they don't even have any educational background also. And when we take the drone to their villages, they used to ask us, where should we sit on the drone? Okay, such a situation it was there, but we have not given up when we traveled all over the country for 150,000 kilometers. We traveled to Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, Andhra, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, and we traveled all the places. And we started educating the farmers on this drone technology. When farmers started building the drone technology, it's a life-saving technology, time-saving technology, and it's more uniform spraying. Then farmers started calling me Drone Raja instead of Gopi Raja. So that's how I was very much popular in the southern part of India. And when the name called Drone Raj is very much popular, then we thought of starting a business model called Drone Raj business model, where we are renting out drone as a franchise to the farmer. Like a farmer or else a rural entrepreneur can buy this drone and he can start renting out to the local farmers. Such a way he can get an employment and he can give employment to the local farmers. In such a way, we have created 150 plus franchises in Andhra, Telangana, and Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, and Maharashtra, in Bihar as well. We have impacted more than 5 lakh plus acres, and we did more than 1 lakh plus acreage of spraying. For all the efforts we are putting day in and day out for the farming community, we have received Best Startup Award from Government of India NARDPR in 2019. Then we have received some of more recognitions. This article written by Indian Express, which always inspires me and helps me to push my boundaries, which says it gift for dad, no boon to the farmers. And I have received Raitinesta Puraskaram from Honorable ex-Vice President of India, Venkaiah Naidu ji, and Honorable Governor of Telangana. And I was one of the youngest person to receive this award. And there are many news articles in print and electronic media as well. And these are all things helped me to create new opportunities where we are building a lot of rural entrepreneurs and we are training a lot of young India to become drone pilots and drone engineers. I request we have creating a lot of drone rajas, and we are looking for a lot of drone ranis as well, where they can build the drones and they can become drone engineers and drone pilots as well. And now government is giving these drones as a subsidy, and they are giving it as a custom hiring centers. There are some very good schemes from the government which called No More Drone Didi scheme, and there are a lot of incentives for the people who are coming into the drone industry. If an Agri BSc graduate or else Agri BTech graduate who are interested to adopt this drone technology, they are having 50% subsidy on the drone. Okay, it's a very good opportunity for all the people to adopt a drone and you can start renting out to the local farmers. With one drone, you can earn about 10 to 15,000 per day. Okay, where you are going to make around 2 to 3 lakhs per month income. So it's a very decent income to stay. You can stay back in the villages. You can rent it out the drone to the local farmers, and you can make a money of 12,000 rupees per day. And just a second. Yeah, assume meeting over. చెప్పు రెండు చాలు ఫోటో పెట్టు ఒకసారి బాక్స్ ఫోటో పెట్టు ఓకే ఓకే యా హలో యా can I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you can see my screen, right? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And while this journey is going on in 2019, we hit back with the COVID-19. At the time, in the first 9 days, we stayed back in our houses in the lockdown. But I decided how can we help the government in this COVID-19 pandemic situation. Then we went to the local government authorities and we discussed with them how can we help them to overcome this pandemic. And we took this drone to all the red zones and containment zone areas. We filled the drone with the sodium hypochlorite and we started spraying it out in the all the red zones and containment zone areas. Even I used to remember in the morning 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I used to get calls from the local municipal corporation authorities, and we used to take the drone and we used to spray it around the burial ground so that people can come out from the houses and they can take all the necessary groceries and all these things. So for all the efforts we have got appreciated from governor of Andhra Pradesh in 2020 COVID pandemic. And I would like to thank all the support system who are helping me to reach great heights. One is Scale University, Global Tech Chairman, and ex-CBI Joint Director J.D. Lakshminaran garu, and Scale University, where they are always pushing me to reach next level, and HDFC Bank, even on the lot of people, MAR, DPR, Manage, many people are helping me to reach to the next level. And now we are working on very unique drone technology called Disha drone technology. If an emergency, if any kind of emergency, like let's say women harassment or else any fire accident and something will happen, at that situation, for a police people to reach that location, it's very tough. In that situation, we are making a drone. When an SOS call comes, the police can go there and it can give the live data to the command control room where they can reach to the abundant locations in the very less time, and like where the golden time of the rescue situation will be saved. We have developed this drone and we have given to Maharashtra Police Department as a trial basis. Okay, I'll show you the videos and all later. And we are working with the Telangana government very closely, where we have given drone as a 100% subsidy to the Dalit Bandhu beneficiary farmers. Dalit Bandhu is a scheme in Telangana where they got this drones on the subsidy based. Okay, and we have built one of the India's biggest payload drone called drone for an Indian Army, which can carry a payload capacity of 40 kgs. And if a soldier want to climb the vertical hill, he need to take the payload and he need to take the rifle as well. But this drone can take the payload instead of the soldier, and the soldier can take only the rifle. So they can save their energy and they can work more efficiently. We have deployed this drone and for the Indian Army purpose. And in 2021, only the government has came up with the drone policy. As per policy, we need to have two kinds of permissions. One is drone pilot license and the license for the drone. Currently, we are in the process of taking all the licenses as per the government norms. I would like to share my goal. By 2028, we want to make sure at least one drone Raja from every house. And we want to build and execute this Disha drone in very big way so that it will be deployed in the every police station. If any emergency case comes, the drones will come and help us. And we want to make this startup a billion-dollar startup. We are working in those lines. I would like to, share a wonderful quote from my inspiring Guruji Ajim Premji, which says if people are not laughing at your goals are too small. You dream big, definitely you can achieve it. Now, if you do one step, the nation will help you for the next 100 steps. That's what I have believed, and that's what made me to reach up to these heights. And right now, I would open for some of the questions, and after questions, we'll discuss how to fly the drone. Okay, I want to understand how many of you want to fly the drone. Okay, if you are willing to fly the drone, if you want to learn how to fly the drone, you just ping on WhatsApp. You ping on the message. You just drop your message. How many of you want to learn how to fly the drone? I'll teach you how to fly the drone. Yeah, you just raise your hands. I will teach you how to fly the drone. Only one person. Oh, two, three, four, five. So I understand. I understand. Fine, 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 fine. So everyone want someone has two hands, intelligent, huh? So everyone want to learn how to fly the drone, right? Yeah. So friends, when I teach you how to fly the drone, you try to understand. And there is one game called Quadcopter FX. I'll type you in the chat. I'll type in the chat. There is a app called Quadcopter FX. You need to download it from the Google Chrome. You need to download its APK. You need to download its APK file. You should not download it from guys. Please listen carefully. You should download the Quadcopter FX APK from the Google Chrome. Then only you need not to pay the money. Otherwise, if you download from the Play Store, you need to pay money. Okay, so that's why what I'm telling is you download the Podcast FX app from Google Chrome, and after downloading the app, you need to do camera follow. I'll show you every step. I'll show you every step. Just stay in the line. So friends, if you want to learn more about this drone technology in depth, you can yeah. Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah.
Sir, you are not audible. Please unmute your mic. Sir, you are not audible.
Yeah, guys, fine. So you can see me, right? Yeah, I'll share my screen. Yeah, you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you want to learn how to fly the drone, then you need to go for this application called Quadcopter FX. Okay, this is the application where you can learn how to fly the drone. Okay, once before starting this application, before knowing how to fly the drone, you need to understand the basics of the drone. So the first thing is you need to keep this called camera follow. Once you keep this camera follow only, you can understand how to fly the drone. Okay, the left side part is there, this is called throttle. It helps you to make the drone go up and down. The left side wala. It helps the drone to go up and down. Okay. Then the right side one, it helps the drone to go front and back. Yeah. So camera follow, throttle up, pitch forward, pitch back, roll right, roll left. Okay, yeah, change. Okay, got it, guys? Got it? I'll teach you once again. Once you open the application, there are only four commands. The left side joystick part is help the drone to go up and come down and direction. This is degrees orientation. And the right side part is to help the drone to go front and come back. Okay, there are two things. One is making the drone to go up and down and direction. And the right side joystick is helps the drone to go front, back, left, and right. I'm teaching you. Throttle up. First, I need to keep camera follow. Throttle up, pitch forward, pitch forward, land. And try to land it inside the box. So guys, I hope you have seen how to fly the drone. How many of you understand? Raise the hands. How many of you understood how to fly the drone? Raise your hands. So you all enjoyed how to fly the drone, right? So guys, if you want to learn more about drone technology, we are giving internships in our company. It was in Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. Definitely you can contact Agri, our team, Just Agriculture team, so that they can connect you to us. And even you can follow us on LinkedIn and Instagram as well. As Drone Raja, you can follow Drone Raja, Instagram, LinkedIn, and all. In YouTube also, you can learn more about drone technologies. Hope this session was very useful and knowledge oriented session. If you want to learn more about how to fly the drone, you can practice this application called Quadcopter FX. There are very few people who had crossed all the 5 levels in this Quadcopter FX app. So it's not easy to do all the 5 levels in this Quadcopter FX app. You try to do the 5 levels in this. And if there are any questions, I would like to answer the questions, and we can conclude the session if there is no questions. Yeah, how to get license for the drone pilot. So there are some institutes called RPTOs. RPTOs. These RPTOs are recognized by Government of India. So you can find the nearest RPTO, and then you can learn. You can take drone pilot license from there. And even we are also starting an RPTO. If you want, you can get in touch with us, and we can help you to get the drone pilot license. Yeah. Any questions? Any other questions? Yeah, the APK file is not installing. You just go to YouTube and search some videos how to install the APK file of this Quadcopter FX app. This is a very good app where you can learn how to fly the drone. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. Any qualification is required for drone pilot? Yes, there is qualification is required. Minimum 10th class qualification is required to get the drone pilot license. How to get intern in Drone Raja? Yeah, you can just drop me a mail or a message on the LinkedIn, and we'll see when the internships are opening. Is there any other questions? Opportunity for BSc Agriculture students. Definitely, there is a very few. Actually, many colleges are starting BSc Agriculture in their academic curriculum. But I would like to share, like, if you can become a very good drone pilot or as a drone engineer, definitely there is a very good scope for you. And even people are paying around 35 to 45,000 per month salary for a good drone pilot. So what you can do is you can you can what you call you can learn drone piloting and drone engineering, or else you can do any internship so that you can understand more depth in the drone technology and all. Even if possible, you contact Just Agriculture teammates. They will be in touch with us. They will be in touch with us, and we will plan some kind of workshops, internships at your localities as well. Okay. So you can stay in touch with Just Agriculture team, and they will be coordinating with us, and we can plan some kind of workshops, internships, and lot more with you all. Yeah. Anything else? I have a question from how much 20 liters paying drone cost? So you can there is loans are coming in the. Is there any way to be trained in drone in Punjab? Yes, sir. There are a lot of RPTOs are there. You just go to YouTube and search for RPTO. Go to Google and search for RPTO, Remote Pilot Certificate Organization, RPTO. Or else you can go to a website called Digital Sky. Okay, from the website called Digital Sky, you can understand everything about the drone technology. The government of India has made everything open, and you can learn from Digital Sky. Okay, from Digital Sky, you can understand where is your nearby RPTO, and from that RPTO, you can take the drone pilot license. No, no. See, there is no. You just need to be 10th qualified. 10th qualified is very much enough to get the drone pilot license and all. If you want to learn more about the technology and all, if you are an engineering graduate and all, if you can learn more technology and all. Yeah, any questions? Yeah, what is the cost for spraying for 1 acre? We'll charge normally if it's in the same village, then we'll take 300 or 350 rupees per acre. If you need to come from the longer distances, then they will take 400 rupees per 1 acre. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, there are no questions. Okay, if you want, you can stay in touch with us, and we are based out of Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. And you can go and Google Drone Raja. You can get my contact details, or else you can be in touch with LinkedIn. How can we relate loan from quadcopter effects, loan from real train? So see, normally, though it's a simulator or as flying a real drone, the both the things are common. How to fly the drone, both the things are common. Once you understand how to fly the drone in quadcopter effects, you can understand you know you can understand how to fly the drone, real drone. Is there any internships in Maharashtra? We are, you can just, plan, you can just try to be in touch with Just Agriculture team. We'll plan for some kind of internships in Maharashtra. Yeah. How to get a pilot license in Punjab? To get pilot license in Punjab, what you can do is you can go for a Digital Sky website. Please note the website name, sir. Digital Sky. The website name is Digital Sky. Digital Sky. So once you go to the Digital Sky website, you go for and search for RPTO. Then you can understand what is the nearby RPTO, and you can pay the fee for the RPTO, and you can get a pilot license from them. How much cost of one drone? Normally, if you want to buy the drone, the total unit cost will be from 6 lakhs to 10 lakhs, depend upon the which company drone you are buying. So once you brought the, you need not to pay all the 6 lakhs. You need to pay 1 lakh or 1,50,000 down payment you need to pay. If you have 750 plus CIBIL score, and if you are 10th class qualified, definitely government is giving a loan for you on from any government bank, any national or else any government banks are giving this loans for you. From that loan, you can take loan drone on EMI. Yeah. Any other questions? Benefits of drone over traditional practices. It's a very good question actually. So what will happen is normally, maybe if you look at 20 or 30 years back, or else in 80s and 90s. So what they used to see is they used to spray only 1 liter per 1 acre of chemical. But what is happening is that the pest is also getting a lot of resistance. They are also getting used to the chemicals. So what they are doing is they need to they it became a need to the farmer to spray excess amount of chemical in the field. So that's why farmer has started spraying 100 to 150 liters of chemical of pesticides in 1 acre. So to spray this 100 to 150 liters of pesticides for 1 acre, they need to take a knapnock sprayer, and from that he need to fill 20 liters. He need to go to the field. He need to spray, and there will be snake bites. There will be insect bites, and a lot of mud and lot of the labor shortage is very much high. So in such a situation, these drones are carrying 10 liters of water or else 20 liters of water and the same chemical dosage. So it will become more concentrated comparing to the traditional methods. When we are giving a concentrated chemical and concentrated pesticide sprayed to the crop yielding also getting increased, and the pesticide, resistance power is getting down and it's getting killed. So that's why it's more efficient methodology comparing to the traditional methods. Yeah. Anything else? హలో. ఎస్, నేను మీటింగ్లో ఉన్నానండి. హలో. యా యా నేను అవునండి, నేను మీటింగ్లో ఉన్నానండి. మరి యా. ఎనీథింగ్ ఎల్స్ అండి? There are no questions. Can we wind up? affordability and profitability from the farmers. So see, as the technology is in the very niche stage, definitely the cost is very high compared to the traditional methods. But slowly the manufacturers are getting increased and the cost of the drones are also coming down. So obviously, definitely I'm saying, right now we are in the 2024, maybe 2028. Farmers will spray 150 rupees per 1 acre with the drone spraying. Okay, so the cost of the drones are going to come down very, very drastically. Okay, so no need to worry about the cost and all. Yeah. Yeah, can we wind up? హలో చెప్పండి చెప్పు 10 విండోస్ 7 వేసారంట దాంట్లో. ఓకే, ఇచ్చేసేయమని, నాకు 7 కావాలి. ఉమ్, ఇచ్చేసేయండి, పర్లేదు నాకు. అన్న 7 ఇచ్చిన ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. ఉమ్, ఓహో. ఒక దాంట్లో 7 వేయండి, ఒక దాంట్లో 10 వేయండి. ఓకేనా? హలో అజీము, అజీము, లాగిటెక్ లాగ్. ఓకే, మనం విడిగా తీసుకోండి, కానీ లాగిటెక్ కెమెరా కావాలి. లాగిటెక్ డాష్ క్యామ్ కావాలి. నేను మెసేజ్ పెడతాను, మిమ్మల్ని చేస్తాను. యా, కెన్ వి వైండ్ ద వర్క్ షాప్? I think there are no questions. Yeah. If there are no questions, can we close the workshop? Yeah, host.
So on behalf of everyone here, I want to say a big thank you, sir. Your contribution made this session extraordinarily meaningful and memorable. So participants, those who are interested to ask any question or have any query, please ask in our chat box.
Yeah, right now the only disadvantage is in the drone spraying is we are importing every part from other country. So once we started, when the people like you and me and a lot of people can involve into this technology, and we need to become Atmanirbhar Bharat, and we need to start make this drone technology made in out of our country, and we need to export it to China. So when we become into that stage, definitely the cost of the drone also come down, and the price of the drone also come down. And some participant is asking how many cycles for a battery we can get. Average we can get a 300 to 400 cycles per battery. Is there any subsidy for the drones? Definitely there is subsidy for the drone. Okay, on the EMI we are getting the subsidy. Government of India is giving 50% subsidy for every Agri BSc and Agri BTech graduate who want to adopt this drone technology. And for non-graduates, we need to pay 100% of the invoice amount. Yeah, anything else? So anyway, thank you for giving me this opportunity, Just Agriculture team. Dear friends, if you want to, learn more about the drone technology, or else if you want to, interact with us in more, you can connect me through offline. You can follow me on the Instagram and LinkedIn as Drone Raja. And thank you, Just Agriculture team, for giving me this opportunity. My special thank to the CEO of Just Agriculture for this wonderful and great contribution he is doing for the country. Thank you, guys. Have a
Thank you
great
so
evening.
much, sir. Thank you. Guys, our next guest join soon. Please wait. Hello everyone. Please turn on your cameras. So hello guys. आप सबको ट्रेनिंग कैसे लग रही है? सर नहीं हो रहा है.
Can you hear me? आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
So, good evening, everyone. So, we welcome our esteemed guest. So, we welcome our esteemed guest, Ritesh Kumar Singh, a technical commercial professional with 17 plus year of experience in varied field as mentioned below: strategic planning, project management, business development, operations management, proven track record of delivering results in challenging environments, skilled in forming a strong clients relationship and driving business growth through innovative strategic strong leadership abilities with a focus on operational excellence and cost optimization. So it's an honor for us, sir. We are so it's an honor for us, sir. You are here, and I welcome you, sir. Sir, can you hear me? Sir, please share the PPT.
Well, as I told you, I'm not carrying a PPT, but I'll give you the facts and figures on which I'm working. I will share the PPT after this presentation.
Okay, sir.
Yep. So I hope everybody is in. Or are we waiting for somebody?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Shall I start?
Yes, sir.
Right. So a very good evening to all the guests and the eminent professors who are present here for this discussion. And so as Madhvi has already mentioned about me, and we have been, to just give you a brief, I've been involved into manufacturing of drones since the initial days, agriculture drone to be very precise, since its initial days in 2020, and been the founder member of Outech World Aviation Private Limited. Probably you people have heard about AgriBot. So being the part of the team who has developed the product ground up to the current state it is in, and then moved out for bigger ventures. Now talking about agriculture. So, Mr. Ankit, do you have any questions? If anybody has any questions, you can write it on the chat. Probably I will try and answer it. Now coming down, so if we look at India, for that matter, I hope everybody is comfortable with English, or should I make it in Hindi? English is good. All right. Thank you. What I do is I get requests of Hindi and English both. So what I'll do is I'll try and keep it English, and in some places wherever you have any problem, you can ask me. I'll answer that in Hindi also. Okay. Done. So now let me get straight to the topic. So as I said, being a part of the team who has developed this product, now why a drone is required in agriculture? See, the way agri is taking up shape, the food requirement by the way the population is increasing and the land that is coming down, we have to get produce more crop per area, or the per area per site available for producing the crop. So rather than just 2 crops which are there initially, now we have to make it more. We have to make it more, and when I say more, it is like 3 crops at least, and we have to increase the yield. When I say yield, it is like the number of this. For example, per acre, if I was putting up 5 tons, if I make it 5.5 tons, I would be increasing the yield for the overall yield of that area. Now, because with increasing population, the demand and the requirement to feed more and more people is coming up, and it's coming up big time. So there has to be a method wherein all the seed companies, all the molecule companies, they're working day in, day out to get more crop out of the same field, the same stem or the same plant that we have. If we can get more from that same seed, and that is where a lot of research is happening. But so if we look at the agriculture life cycle, there's a lot of research, a lot of work that is happening at pre-sowing stage. And again, there's a lot of work happening during harvesting and post-harvesting. But there's a very less work that has happened in the recent past during from sowing till harvesting, and that is a spraying. Spraying is a department that has not been mechanized in the recent past. And even if it is using the boom sprayers or the knapsack sprayers, we are doing a good amount of damage to our crops, because the moment a boom sprayer, which is mounted on a tractor, goes into a field, it is actually damaging about, say, 5% of the crop itself. So it is doing good, but at the cost of a crop. It is removing pesticides, but at the cost of the crop. Second, if you take a knapsack sprayer, it is doing more bad than good to the existing standing crop that we have over there. Now, how do we eradicate this? The only way is without actually going on the ground, but doing this spray in such a way that we are not hitting the crops, we are not actually walking in the fields, and at the same time we are doing a spray. Because a spray, if it is mechanized, it is doing a lot of work, and is basically going to ensure that if the spray is uniform, if the spray is uniform, it is going to benefit the farmer.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yep.
Sir, your PPT is not showing. Can you please
I'm
share?
not showing a PPT. I'm just giving a lecture because I'm in travel.
Okay.
We'll share a PPT at a later stage.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any other questions? Right. So I'm continuing now. So as of now, what we have right now is the sowing and the harvesting. So this gap of 90 days from sowing to harvesting is something that goes unnoticed till now. Where now, with the help of drones or mechanized spraying, which is not a boom sprayer, if we deploy a drone with some parameters in mind, because we cannot, we have to understand the crop as well. We cannot deploy any drone on the ground. We cannot deploy any drone on the ground, because that again becomes a expensive affair, and also that might harm the crop as well, standing crops. Okay, that might harm the standing crop as well. So how do we come across? How do we go ahead and take care that this does not hamper the crops also? So in 2021, Ministry of Agriculture and Farm Welfare, they devised out an SOP wherein, and in collaboration with IRI, ICAR, and couple of universities, wherein we did a research of about say 2 years and 4 crops, wherein it was identified and finalized that a drone within a weight of 25 to 30 kg is suitable for spraying on the crops that are there in the Indian subcontinent, especially the wheat, rice, and other crops. Like, for example, we have maize, we have mustard, we have wheat, maize, mustard, we have chickpeas and cotton. So anything beyond 30 kg, it will do more harm than good because of the thrust that comes in. So anybody over here who has used drone till now, if you can write in the chat box. No? Okay. Anyone else? Good question. Okay. So Gitanjali, let me give you answer for this. First of all, if you have used a drone and you see when a drone is taking a lift, there is a downward thrust. Because in order to take it a lift, there would be a propulsion system, and generally we have 4 or 6 propellers per drone. So what happens is, like for example, for a drone to take a lift of 25 kgs, we would require a lift of about say 50 kgs, almost double the size. So if there's a constant thrust of 50 kgs downward by 6 propellers, so on an average per propeller is giving me a thrust of 8 kgs per location. 6 sets are 48. 8.25 to be 8.33 to be very precise. Now understand, if I am giving a downward thrust of 8 kgs in an area of 24 inches, because generally the propeller size is 22 to 24 inches. So in an area of about 2 feet, if I'm getting a thrust of about say 8 kgs, this will actually dislodge my crop. A standing crop will be dislodged. Second, if the crop is at the stage of seeding, if we are forming, there is the new germination, there is a stage of pollination, there is a stage of pollen, there is a stage of flowering. So the downward thrust of 8 kgs will actually dislodge the flowers. You can get a point? If the flowers are gone or the pollens are gone, it was doing more harm than good to the crop. So we have to understand, that's why a drone with a heavier weight is not recommended. Second, there is the thought process that if the drone is flying very near to the crop, maybe a meter or so, it should be giving a better result. No, it is not. the optimum height for a crop for a drone is about, say, like, for example, this is the height of my crop. It should be minimum 2 meters above the crop. There's a reason, because with a lot of research, it has been identified that the optimum thrust that the crop requires is up between 3 to 4 kgs per square meter per square feet. And with this thrust, it would be in a position, the two reasons. First, the swath. So if the drone is flying at a height of 3 meters above the crop, I would be getting a width of about 2 meters, sorry, 3.8 meters, 2 meters from the center on either side. So that makes it a 4 meter crop width. Second, I would not be dislodging my standing crop. Third, I would not be deflowering and depollinating my standing, the flowers that I have on the ground. So this is very, very, very much required. That's why we do not, it is not recommended to fly a drone even at a lower height. Second, now, so one is the swath. Second is my flower or the what do you say, the dislodging of the crop. So these things are very, very important. Now, coming down to the next chapter. Coming down to the next chapter, that is why a drone is required. Because people, everybody says that we are doing, if something is happening using a knapsack sprayer, why do you require a drone, which is very expensive? Now, important is, what is important over is, a knapsack sprayer is manual, and we require something between 150 to 200 liters per acre of the crop, and it takes about, say, 4 to 5 hours to spray 1 acre of land. Now imagine the limitations over here. Point number one, we have to use 200 liters of water, which is not a commodity available readily at all the locations. Number two, in that the dilution is very high. A 500 ml of the liquid is required for 200 liters, and most of the water with the liquid is actually flowing down from the crop, from the leaf straight to the ground. So again, we are doing more harm than good to the soil, because a very small section sticks to the crop, the leaves, and the most of it actually falls on the ground, which is soaked by the ground and baked, which in long run makes that soil infertile or less fertile for that matter. Third, with this, because like for example, if this is my field that has to be followed, I am following, because as a human, it is not necessary that I will be following a straight line. I may go zigzag here and there, and I may be in any direction I would be coming up. So if an area is left out, it completely depends upon my experience, my expertise, and how well am I doing the spray work. Fourth most important factor, and that is not human safe. Reason, the person who is spraying it is in constant touch with the liquid or the chemical, pesticide, fungicide, herbicide, whatever he is spraying. He is always in constant touch with that chemical, which is harmful. Maybe to some extent, there's some pesticide which may be less harmful. There could be some which are very harmful, but it is harmful. No matter how much precaution you take, you are going to smell it. You are going to consume that chemical in the form of a vapor. Your body, if not whole, at least your hands and your legs are always in touch with the liquid during the entire tenure of 4 hours, which will be adversely affecting the health of the person who is spraying the liquid, the pesticide. No matter how much chemicals, how much cleaning you do after the spraying is over, but the residues are going to affect you. And the fifth important factor is, on the fields when we are working, there are chances of reptiles, there are chances of other insects, animals that the person may encounter, which again is not good for his health. So these are the 5 factors that we're looking at, which can be, if we switch to drone, or for example, agriculture spray drone. What I do is, for instance, this is my 1 acre field. And from this portion, if these are the straight lines which are to be followed for my area, there's certain methods that has to be done. It is not necessary that you fill the drone or you fly the drone from the location where it is starting. You can take a delta of what, 50 meters, 100 meters away from the start point. That is completely in your control. You need not to do that. You need not to stand next to the drone. Second, now the benefits or the advantage of using a drone. Point number 1, you're not using 200 liters of liquid. You're just using 10 or 11 liters for 1 acre of spray. Now imagine the difference. Imagine the area where we have a scarcity of potable or fresh water. So rather than arranging for 200 liters of fresh water for spraying 1 acre of land, I just required 10 liters of water to do a uniform spray in 1 acre of land. So I am saving a lot of water, which can be used for our consumption as well, right? Second, the pesticide, the quantity of the pesticides comes by the companies who have made the pesticide is specific for the drones, and they are at least 25% a smaller volume. So rather than spending 500 ml, you may have to spend 350 ml or maybe 400 ml maximum for 1 acre of a spray. So you're saving some cost when it comes to the pesticide amount, the cost of the pesticide. Third, now because if for example, this is the line that has been followed, I have made a map which is a zigzag form just like my hand. It is not a uniform piece of land. Even if it is it has to be a polygon, not necessarily a regular polygon. So any which shape of your land is, you just have to draw a map on a remote, which is as good as walking across the field. Or if somebody, because today, if I look at, most of the people are using Android phones, right? So just use an Android phone to make a map on the tablet or the screen that is given with the drone. And your entire field is mapped. Now, once your entire field is mapped, you just have to select the height at which the drone has to fly, the distance between the lines. Well, most of the companies are now making it a very, it's a software inbuilt. So the moment you select the height, it will very categorically give you the distance between the lines, whether it's 3 meters, 3.5 meters, or 4 meters, not more than that. And then you have to select, so you have to select the speed, the speed and the height. The third thing that you have to do is the speed, height, speed, and yeah, the map is already made. Now it will make a plan right in front of you. Now, because this is all GPS enabled, it is going to follow a straight line. Okay, no gaps in between. There's no area that is left out. And you get a uniform spray across the length and breadth of your farm. And the beauty is, there is no farmer on the field. There's no worker who is actually physically touching that chemical for 4 to 5 hours. I hope this is a big thing. Because if it has not been touched by hand or by feet by the farmer for 5 hours, he is not going to suffer from the negative health impacts of the pesticide that he may have to encounter otherwise. So I hope that is good. Any answers? Okay. If it is a drone restricted area, now it depends upon what type of restriction it is. If it is a restricted area when it comes to defense land, or there's an active airport nearby, then you would need permission from Ministry of Defense and DGCA, Director General of Civil Aviation, to fly in that area, because this is an agricultural land, and you would have to give a notification that you're not going to fly at a height more than 3 meters above the crop. So this height will not be covered under radar and would not be, it would not be an infringement as compared to, and it's not a threat to the department. They would require some details like the UIN number of the drone, the pilot license number, and the photograph and passport of the person who is flying it. To give you an instance, the farmers are flying it next to BSF and CISF camp in Jammu, next to Srinagar airport and other locations. Unless it is an international border, it is easy to get a permission. Even at the place, I forgot the name. If you're there's a place near Nasik, Igatpuri. There's a place called Igatpuri, so even people are flying it near Igatpuri airport as well. Right? So that is not a problem. Unless it is at what drone pump pressure this plane may be carried out. Okay. Now, it depends upon, like, for example, if you have to spray for 1 acre, the ideal pump pressure is 65%, 65 to 70%, wherein my discharge is 400 ml per nozzle per minute. So because I'm deploying 4 nozzles, so it's 1600 ml per nozzle, 1600 ml drone, including 4 nozzles for a time of 6 minutes and 18 seconds, wherein I would be required to flush out the complete chemical, and it will cover an area at a speed of 5 meters per second, 3 meters above the ground, distance between line at 4 meters. There would be 10% overlap, and a droplet size of 200 microns. So if this is the parameter that we are following, 65 to 70% is the pressure, the pump pressure, where it will complete the area of 1 acre in 6 minutes and something between 12 to 18 seconds. So overall flight time is 7.5 minutes, including the hover time, spray, and come back. Now, so if you come, just like Doctor said, sir, okay, sir, it is this is the pressure, sir, that we are looking at. So at 65%, the pressure would be about, say, 2.5 to 3 kgs per square centimeter at 65%, because the maximum pressure that a drone pump puts up is up to 5 bar. So at 70%, it will be something between 2.5 to 3 kgs per square centimeter, sir. Yes, sir. The spray rate, 400 ml per nozzle per minute. And also the pumps that are available today, generally they are from JMRC or from Hobby Wing, and these pumps operate at a minimum spray or a discharge rate of about, say, 180 ml per nozzle per minute to maximum 835 ml per nozzle per minute at 100% discharge rate, and minimum is 25% at 185. So 1 minute. Yeah. So now, if we look at the drone, now there are certain things that has to be taken care of. Unlike a knapsack sprayer, a drone is absolutely autonomous body. It flies does its job, and it comes back. But at the same time, there's a lot of precaution that has to be taken care of, because the when it is doing its work, because it is flying at a height of about, say, 3 meters above the crop, and if the wind speed is more than 3 kilometers an hour, there are chances of drift, right? And this drift is again not good, because try and understand the dilution that was for 500 ml in 200 liters of water is now something between 350 to 400 ml for just 10 liters of water. So people have to maintain a way, they have to ensure that if a wind is blowing northwards or southwards, they do not stand in the direction of the wind. They have to stand opposite, because the chemical, the droplet size are more poisonous as compared to what was there in the case of a knapsack sprayer. Despite the fact the droplet is very small, 200 to 220 microns, but still it is dangerous. I have been a victim. I have witnessed it personally. During locust spraying, I have come across I was standing in the direction of the wind, and it was the malathion that was being sprayed, which is a banned chemical. But for the locust spray, that was allowed for 3 months' time, and it actually came to my face, and it took me about a week to overcome this. Now, so it is not recommended, but it is it has to be a practice that you do not stand in the direction of the spray. Second, no matter what, but after every even the person who is mixing the chemical, he washes his hands or uses proper gloves, because these chemicals are there are certain chemicals which are very poisonous. So that precaution has to be taken care. Now, coming down about the drone nozzles. So most of the companies that are using today are using flat fan nozzles, whereas there are many nozzles, like, for example, air injected, hollow cone. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah. Actually, there's a power cut, so the Wi-Fi is just switched off. All right. So one moment, there's a question out here. Sir, as of now, the only way is to measure it using blotting papers at a distance of 1 meter, 3 meters, and 5 meters in the direction of the wind. Okay. Now, because, sir, see, we have to understand one thing, that despite the fact it's been almost 4 years now, but we are looking at the global picture, we are still at a very nascent stage using the drone technology. Now, also, let's go to the areas wherein, so I hope this is clear. 5 meters above the ground, so 3 meters above the crop, 5 meter per second speed, and which covers an area of 3.8 meters of the swath for the area that is being covered in every line of the spray that is happening. Now, this is why I'm using this hand, because this is showing the non-uniformity of the ground. It is not an exact rectangle, so it confers to all the way things are happening, or it confers to the different methods or different shapes and sizes of the plot that are being taken care of. Now, important, why drone is better. Now let's talk about certain crops. I understand wheat, rice, to some extent mustard, human, it's possible for us because those crabs are not more than 3.5 to 4 feet, maybe 5 feet maximum, but not beyond that. What about crops like sugarcane? Sugarcane crops are very, like Maharashtra, it goes up to 16 feet. In UP, we have got sugarcanes that are 10 to 12 feet. Now, sugarcane requires, if there is a top borer or red rot, if there's a top borer, I have to slash off my top portion. About say 10 to 15% of my crop is all gone. Second, there is always the leaves of the maize and sugarcane. The leaves are they क्या बोलेंगे उसको, उससे खरोच लग जाती है, you get bruises on your skin. Despite all the measures that you take, you put all the cloth across your body, but still there will be chances of bruises across. And there are chances of coming across snakes, animals that is very, very high. Okay, so the risk of man, and again, these are two major risks that the person poses in terms of health. The third major risk is, because the crop is very high, tall in size, it becomes very difficult for the farmer to actually know which section he has worked along. Because वो कैसे चल के गया है, वो ऐसा चल के गया, जिधर उसको जगह मिला उधर चालू हो गया. But वो जरूरी नहीं है कि वो उसी रास्ते पे वापस आएगा. वो चेंज हो सकता है, वो किसी भी डायरेक्शन में जा सकता है, राइट? ऐसे केस में when I look at this case, it becomes very, very difficult for the farmer to actually keep a track of the path that he has traveled across the length. So it's not easy. It's not easy to keep a track of the path that he has traveled to spray. Whereas in case of a drone, it is easy because it is GPS enabled. It would be flying over the crop height and maintaining that exact path difference of 4 meters between the crops. Now, if the crop is maintaining a distance and the thrust is kept in such a way that it comes at least midway or to the ground. We have conducted tests at Phagwara, Punjab. If you people are aware, Phagwara, Punjab, we did it in collaboration with Dhanuka. And we have come across that up to 5 droplets, 2 to 5 droplets per square centimeter has come almost to the ground. If not at all places, but it has come more than 50% places, the droplets are seen on the ground. Now, imagine if a drone is flying at a height of more than 3 meters above the canopy of 12 feet high sugarcane, and at 50% location, I'm getting 2 droplets per square centimeter at almost at the ground. This shows the level of penetration that is possible using a drone, because it is not the drone. See, when the drone nozzle, the nozzle is spraying downwards, just above the nozzle, there's a propeller that is giving you a thrust of about say 8 kgs per centimeter square. Now, with this thrust, so it's making a whirlpool. It's making a whirlpool wherein the droplet is coming with a very high force, and it is trying to go up. So there's a very high probability that it would not be sticking on top of the leaf. It may also hit on the inner side of the leaves as well. Now, this phenomena helps us to understand that the penetration of the spray from a drone from that height also is more effective as compared to knapsack, because in knapsack we have to spray. To try to understand, we have to spray with our face upwards, and there's a very high probability that the spray is going to come to your face itself. So despite all the protection that you put in, you are endangering yourself. The person who is actually spraying it is endangering himself, his life, because he is getting soaked into that pesticide. No matter how much dilution you make, there would be harmful effects of that dilution on the person who is spraying it. Right? I hope everybody is in sync with what I'm saying about sugarcane. Thank you. Now, coming down to other locations, like for example, we look at high orchards, look at crops like maize, look at crops like tur dal, wherein the canopies are higher than the size of the humans. Over here, the drone becomes the most viable solution. Okay, good. Ratish, just remind me after a minute. I'll come back to your question as well. Now, coming down. So, for example, if there's an orchard, even orchards require spraying. Now it becomes really dangerous, also, for example, next to impossible, to go on top of a tree and do a spray. Right? It's almost next to impossible. But with a drone, there could be methods. It's not being used in India. There are machines that actually go up above the crop. You go to US, you go to Germany. They have got those mechanized machines which can go on top of an orchard, about say trees which are more than 40 feet high. They have got tractors mounted with boom sprayers, vertical, not horizontal like us. They have got vertical boom sprayers which will actually do spraying in all directions. But that is not happening in our country. Now look at the drone. If this is my tree canopy, which is like say 35 feet above the ground, I just have to fly a drone on top of it and make a circle around it. And then I move to the next drone, next tree. I would hardly require a 5-meter spray, and I would be covering almost the entire canopy, because this is going to follow like this. Now over here, the flat fan nozzle is not successful. Over here, the nozzle that gives a better efficiency is a hollow cone nozzle. Because as the name says, it's hollow from inside, it's on the outer periphery. So if I am spraying from here, it is not wasting more chemical on the center part of it. It is actually taking the entire slope of the canopy on either side. Make sense? Right? And again, to ensure that the crop, the drone is flowing, is right on top of the tree, there are sensors that are mounted on the drone, front, back, and at the bottom. So the front and back are called collision avoidance, which in general, in almost all the drones that are manufactured in India, the distance is 22 meters, front and back. So from front, 22 meters, from back, 22 meters. And then there's, for the height, there are two sensors that are mounted, one comes pre-installed, and one sensor that is for height. Most of the companies are installing it. We call it terrain following. So Mr. Ratish, to answer your question, the sensor is called terrain following sensor. Now what happens is, the terrain following, what it will do is, as this is my one step, this is the second step. So, and I have made a height of 3 meters above the ground. The moment it comes over here, it will identify that the ground is gone. It will just try to come back to the ground and then maintain the height. So in case of a step farming, it will just analyze the ground and maintain that height up, down, 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 or if it has to go up, it will go up, up, and up. The only precaution that we have to take is that the steps should not be more than the height of the drone, which it does not identify itself as a collision. So it should not be, it should be less than the height of the drone when it is flying. Like for example, if this is the height of the main ground and this is the height of the drone, it will identify this location as obstruction and it will not move further. But if my drone is at this height, so it will identify that there's an elevation in the ground, because this sensor will start acting. It will identify that this location, the ground is moving up, so it will take a step up, move up, do the spray and go up. The another method is, if this is my step, I can identify 1 acre of area on this step and then move down. But if you have to do a steep step, I say 1 step up and then 1 step straight down, this method just ensure that the height of the step is lower than the height of the farmer, sorry, of the drone. So this will identify this as a next step and it will move up. But if this identifies this as the location, the step is higher than the height of the drone, it will identify this as an obstacle and will stop. It won't move further. I hope this is clear. Ratish, or anybody for that matter. I hope this is clear. Good. Now coming down to, so I hope farming and then orchards, these 2 topics are covered. Now, another important factor about drone, what people forget when you get on ground, there would be 2 complaints that you will get very often. One, sir, वो chemical ने ठीक से काम नहीं किया, या फिर वो मेरा जो nozzle था वो choke हो गया है. So my dear friends, one thing, because I have been into drone product development and at the same time been a part of the after sales support also, so I understand the problems that people come across in the country. After 1 spray is over, it is a must to clean it, and not just by water, but with soap, or rather soapy water. So fill the tank with the soap water, and then try, I put at 100% throttle and thrust and spray it out. The entire water has to come out of the tank in less than 3 minutes time at 100% pressure. This will actually clean the system. Most people, what they do is they do their entire day's work and they keep the drone without cleaning it. This will actually bring down the life from 3 to 4 years to at least up to 3 to 4 months, because the nozzles will start choking, the tank might choke, the pump might choke. There would be, everybody is from agriculture, we also understand that the pesticide and the fungicide that we are making, or the companies that are making, they have got some sticky substance into it so that it sticks to the leaf on which it is being sprayed. But if it just flows, so that sticky substance is there in the pipes also. No, the solar power drones are not available for agriculture. They're available only for defense as of now. Because the reason is, when you require a thrust to lift up to say 26 kgs, the upward thrust required is for 48 to 52 kgs. That upward thrust is possible using lithium polymer or in some cases lithium ion batteries. But in case of a solar powered battery, to lift such weight, the wingspan that is required for the solar battery is going to be like 10 times the size of the drone or even more. So it is not, it is not viable in terms of at 2 meter height and 5 meter speed. What was the droplet sensitive? Sir, this at 2 meter height, it will be something between 20 to 25 drops per square centimeter. Now, so in this case, it will not be easy to maintain or to operate with such a big wingspan. That becomes an operational challenge, because in India, or for that matter in agricultural context, we have to understand that we have a limited space for the drone to navigate. That's why there are no drones that today with a VTOL wing shape, like an airplane wing shape, they all in like multi-rotor, just lift at the same location and move forward, right? So drones with solar panels are not commercially and technically viable for agriculture. Okay, petrol powered drones. They are safe but they are not good for agriculture purposes. Why? Because if you understand, generally a drone, an engine of 75 to 100 cc or 50 to 75 cc generally used. In our country, there's a company called Daksha Unmanned System. They have made this drone initially. It was a good move. But what we came across was that, see, it's a two-stroke petrol engine. Why a petrol engine is not good option? It's a two-stroke petrol engine. And if this is the location, if this is my top surface, the exhaust pipe is somewhere here. Then I have got 4 or 6 propellers on either sides, which is actually giving a downward thrust. So these flue gases that are coming out, that are getting sucked in by the propeller, and the droplets of the fertilizer or the pesticide that we are just throwing down, they are getting mixed with those fertilizer and making a coat on top of the fertilizer. So rather than these droplets sticking on the leaf surface, they actually fall off because of that unburnt fill or the sulfur content that we have mixed with this droplet size. And this has been observed by a scientist in the fraternity of southern part of the country. And hence, after like 2 years, this model has been discontinued, and the same company has come up with an electrical motor now. So it require and so these are the 2 technical things. Third thing that comes across that problem is these engines require O&M every 50 hours of running. Now, every 50 hours, if you have to take it to a service center, that is a very huge cost. So, and we are a very, very price sensitive country. So it becomes difficult, not just for us, also for the farmer to actually get to the service center after every 50 hours. Like, for example, what we are claiming today is 10 hours of flight every day. If not 10, at least 8 hours of flight every day. Because then only the purpose of using a drone makes sense. So 10, if with this calculation, if I am flying for 8 hours, like the drone has to be actually powered on. When I say 8 hours, which means it's powered on, whether it's flying, it's hovering, or doing some activity. So after every 50 hours, if I have to take to a service center, so every 8 days, I'm in a service center. Getting a point? So that's why it becomes a non-viable solution for agri. So first, the reason is not from one side to another side with the drone. It is not recommended for the drone to turn this side, because when it is going in one direction, we hold it. Like, for example, it's going like this, change direction and comes back. Because there's a lot of energy, like if I have to turn the face every time, okay? Because there's a small, the farmlands, if 1 acre, it's 40 meters by 100 meters. So if I have to turn the face every time, I would be wasting about 12 to 15 seconds in turning the face. Hence, lower efficiency of the battery, right? So because the spray has to happen, right? This is how. So we are not changing the faces. We are just going in directions. I hope that makes sense. Don't turn over. It just adjacent, right? Now, coming down to the next section is like about, is this drone spray viable? So to my team, we take this pride that we have introduced 100% insurance to all the drones. The DGC approved, the government approved drone if you're flying, and the pilot also has the license to fly the drone. You will get 100% coverage to all the components of the drone except the battery. And these insurances are available, right? The market leader as of today is ICICI Lombard. And if Tokyo and other companies are also giving it, but ICICI Lombard has done a phenomenal job. So this 8 lakh rupees machine or 7 lakh rupee machine is getting insured at 30,000 rupees for all expenses taken care. Even the pilot, if he gets hurt, there's a it is. So if a pilot gets hurt, he would be in a position to get a medical assistance of about say 2 lakh rupees. Now coming down, why drone? So just like tractors that we had in the past, okay, just like we had tractors in the past, the drones are the next things that are coming into the market and people are using it big time. How? See, drone is at par with the price of a tractor, but people are using it for commercial applications. So on an average, a single drone is in a capacity to cover something between 20 to 25 acres per day. So imagine if you have a drone and you have a pilot, the cost and the average price that people are charging for 1 acre of spray is about say 400 to 450 rupees. And the price to operate the drone, to own, operate, and take care of all the logistics is coming to between 220 to 250 rupees. So there's a net profit per acre is 200 bucks. Now, if I'm covering 20 acres in a day, I would be, and if I have like 1,000 acres to be done, it's like 50 days job. So what the model that we have developed with a molecule company called Syngenta, any farmer or any person who buys 10 drones, we would be giving them a spray guarantee of 1,500 acres per drone per season. Now, how this works? So 30 days in a month and 20 acres per day drone. So 600 acres is the capacity of a drone can fly. Okay, let's cut it down. From 600 acres, I just put it 25 days in a month, 20 acres per day, makes it 500 acres. So every crop requires about say 2 to 3 cycles of spray. So if I'm in a position, so 5 days of a downtime in a month, so any repair maintenance that has to be done can be done in those 5 days. So after 6 days of a spray, I take 1 day chutti and मैंने उसको पूरा basic repair करके, and I'm ready for the next session of the spray. So 500 acres, one drone can complete in a month. Then next month, the second session of the spray, third month, the third session of the spray, and we are sorted. So any person, even this model has been introduced at different places. Haryana, it has been done. Bihar, it has been done. UP, we started off, but it did not take off. Maharashtra, it was implemented. So this model is already implemented. People are now using drones for not just spraying on their fields, but also to spray on the fields of the other people and make money out of it. And Government of India, State Bank of India are giving loan of up to 2 crore without any collateral. The DPRs, you just have to make a DPR that you have got this much area for spray, and the Government of India is giving you loans, anything between 10 lakh rupees to 2 crore rupees, wherein 90% loan is being sanctioned. So if somebody is really ambitious about it, they can use this money. 10% has to be paid by you. Obviously, you need to have a positive credit score, and you need to be registered FPO. You need to be registered FPO, and you should have a positive credit score. Even on a KCC, you can get a loan up to 2 crore, not just for drone, but to implement the drone services across whatever area that you're claiming. And the loan that has been sanctioned in my tenure was more than 98%. Only 2% files were rejected. It is recommended not to fly a drone when the speed is high. So the drone is in a position to, most of the drones are in position to handle speeds up to 20 kilometers per hour. But if a speed is more than 3 kilometers per second, 3 kilometers per hour, there would be a lot of drift. Okay, there will be a lot of drift from it, right? So a very high wind will actually will not be good for us to do justice of spraying. It will be just drifting in different directions, and in case if it falls on another crop, it may do more damage. Any further questions?
Dear
Any
participants, if you
questions?
have any queries, you can drop your queries in the chat box. Or if
Yeah,
anyone
sure.
wants to interact with the sir, you can interact also. Kindly unmute yourself and interact with the guest, sir. So one of the participant asking, can we use the drones in like if we have some rainy season or something else?
No, 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 no. It is not recommended for two reasons. First of all, there would be no efficacy. Second, these are sensitive items. Though the companies claim that is IPX7, that it can handle drizzle, but it is not recommended to play around with electronic items in the rains.
Dear participants, if you have any other queries regarding drones or any technology related drones, you can ask in the, or you can also comment down in the chat box.
Okay, so if you want to open a drone company, if you are an agri graduate, okay, government is going to give you 40% subsidy, okay, up to 10 lakh rupees. Or as I told you, if you want to go for AIF loan, Agri Infra Fund loans, there is a provision of getting you a loan up to 2 crore. Probably you make a good DPR, of which 10% has to be paid by you. The balance will be taken care by the customers. Well, no, people have not, we have not come across stoning down of drones as of now. Rather, people have welcomed it because this is easing out their work. Yes, you would get some resistance, but there's nobody has toned down it till now. Drone is a system operated manually. Okay, drone system is it's autonomous, 100% autonomous, or not automatic. You would have to map the area and key in the feature, the parameters in the drone remote, and it will do everything on its own. Okay, you need not to do it on your own. You do not have to get it every now and then. You don't have to upload it manually. It will be done automatically. Any training available for practical knowledge? Yes. Minimum 5 days of training is mandatory to take a license. And then why a drone pilot? Okay, drone pilot, because you have to, because see, just like you're driving a car, you need a license. You need a license to fly a drone, and that's why a drone pilot. And also because it's not about just the drone. Try and understand, when the drone is flying, it's a potential threat of life. Because the RPM at which the drone is flying is generally something between 4,000 to 5,800 rounds per minute, and the blades are made of carbon polymer. Some people are making it carbon fiber also. So the person has to be experienced to in case of an adversity, which is like 1 in 1,000 cases. But if something goes here and there, yes, it will be taken care of. Any training available for students? Yes, it is. The government of India, as per the skill development government of India, there are drone trainings available. It's a vocational course of about 3 months for students who do not want to take the license training. Okay, and if you want to go for drone training, the any company who is giving you the drone, they give you a 3-day OEM training also how to fly the drone. It does not mandate, but yes, it is mandatory to have a 5-day RPTO license before you actually fly the drone. How much amount is required for drone service to farmers by trading? See, sorry, Mr. Anil Kumar, I would like to mention here is that if you're taking drone as a service or you're availing drone as a service, people are offering something between 350 to 450 rupees per acre of a spray. Okay, per acre of a spray is 350 to 450 rupees. Do I need to insure our company FPO drone, or will my public liability insurance suffice? Public liability insurance is good enough. See, in case if it is a normal drone, and you do not take a comprehensive insurance, any damage to the drone will be borne by you. I hope that makes sense. If not, if you're ready to take that price, nothing like it. How much does it cost to become a drone pilot? Something between 20,000 rupees to 45,000 rupees, depending upon which RPTO you're going, which training center you're going. There are certain training centers in Haryana that are offering just 20,000 rupees, but there are still some which are asking for 45,000 rupees. So it depends from place to place. In heavy rainfall, when a drone is not in use for 4 months due to rain, can cause humidity and moisture cause no. Just remember one thing, that when you're keeping the drone safe, remove the batteries, no direct connections, nothing would happen. There would not be any changes, because generally it is moisture would not make any difference to it. Ensure that the batteries are kept safe. That's it. My LinkedIn profile is ritesh111@gmail.com. Ritesh, RITESH, my first name, 111@gmail.com. Adarji, yes, you are right. Going further, just like the tractors have become a commodity product today, drones down the line will be, yes. Because if we do not adapt the technology, we're going to be left behind. Obviously, we are at the very initial stage, but yes, going further, it will be required. Any more questions? Expand the use of drone in more areas. Well, the two things. First, we have to educate people. Like, for example, as of today, we have got more than 17 companies who have got government approved drones in the market. Now, these 17 companies, they are providing these services, they are giving demonstrations, they are giving trials to the people, they are associated with different universities. So this way, they would be, see, it is all about first educating yourself, seeing it for yourself, and then telling people about it. That is the only way this is proliferate into the market. Me giving you any information because I have worked for 4 years, but at the same time, if tomorrow the people like you who are actually the agri people, once you get on the ground, you will start proliferating into it, you will make a lot of difference.
So thank you, sir.
Yep.
As we come to the end of our training session of the day, I would like to extend a heartfelt thanks for Ritesh sir. Your insights and expertise on the drones and have incredibly valuable and enlightening for all of us. Your passion and knowledge truly inspired us and engaged our participants. So thank you once again, sir, for joining us in this session. We look forward to stay connected with you in the future also. So
Sure.
thank you, dear participants, also for joining today's session.
Thank you all. You have been a good audience and very interactive. Thank you so much.